Greetings. In this little brief demonstration, I'm going to show how I created my Google Maps exercise for a little bit of the history of the 24th Michigan. To do that, I clicked on Google Maps, which brought me right to the Google Maps website. All you had to do is then click on My Places, and I like the classic My Maps little exercise, so I did that. I decided to do it unlisted. Could have gone with a public site, but I decided to go unlisted. Simply needed to type in the name of my website, and for that I just called it the 24th Michigan, and a quick map of the places that the 24th Michigan visited during the Civil War. Just save that, and then what I did was you come up here and you grab a place marker, and the unit starts out in Detroit, Michigan, so let's place it there. We're going to put Detroit, Michigan. Give it a little bit of a descriptor. Once I had that first location down, I started putting some of the places on their route. From Detroit, the unit went to Cleveland by boat. On to Pittsburgh by train. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to connect the different locations using the tool, the mapping tool here, to draw lines between the two. And since this was a water route, I'm going to leave it blue. If I double click on here, I can start my next line. And I'm going to change that one. Oops. Eventually they'll go on to Washington, D.C. Just get all those little routes in there. Key is to click the last point twice, and it should stop the line. Oops. And this is the route they took in 1862 to get to Washington, D.C. And then we'll put Washington as the final initial destination. And I'll go back and add descriptions on all of this stuff later on. But for now, I'm going to just put a little history, but to show you for the sake of keeping it short, I will just put a little descriptor. I'll go back and change that, obviously. Now, from Washington, D.C., I'm going to start putting in different battle sites as the unit will become engaged in the war. From Washington, D.C., they're going to head over to Fredericksburg. And because this is a battle, I'm going to change my little icon here. And I could use any number of different icons. I'm going to simply change the color to red and give it a descriptor. And I'll go through and I'll add a number of these as the unit will fight. From there they go to Chancellorsville. Gettysburg. Again, I'll zoom in because Gettysburg's such a small town that to find it on the map, if we focus in, it makes it easier to find. And I'll repeat that process for all the different locations that they fought in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect from like Washington, D.C. down here to Fredericksburg. And since this is a different activity, I'm going to change the color so my students will be able to see that this is where they actually started marching. And I'll do that. I'll connect all the different battlefields and all the different locations. And here you can kind of see that. Clean that up later on. But you can see as I pull out here, you'll be able to connect on, and my students will be able to get a better idea of the route that they took and the different places they visited during the Civil War.